I'm a little confused here about the advantage of Copilot's tuning output compared to using the knowledge sources and other data.
The Copilot tuning helps you to drive the way you want to drive it.
I love specifically what you said, the last point, right? Where we're getting all of those governance tools already with the platform. I think that's amazing.
Welcome back to Demystifying Copilot Studio, the series where you, our community members, ask your burning questions about Copilot Studio to our product team. Today, we have Dian Taylor, MVP and Pre-Sales Director, asking her questions to Srikumar Nair, Group Product Manager for our Copilot Studio Knowledge team. Hi, Dian. Fire away with your questions.
Hey, Lydia. Thanks. So I have 3 questions. And my first questions is, can you talk a little bit about what the advantages are of using Copilot Studio over the custom build, aka pro code type of bots?
Thanks, Dian. That's an excellent question to start this session with, right? As we know, Copilot Studio is a low-code agent builder platform that you have. And one of the greater benefits of using a low-code platform like Copilot Studio is you get faster ROI. Like you spend less time building code and custom code that you have to maintain over several years. The second best benefit that you get here is definitely the flexible integration that you can integrate with all your line of business systems like Salesforce, ServiceNow, and other things that you have sitting there. And your agents become more smarter because they are now grounded in your enterprise knowledge, making it more useful for your business scenarios. And the third and most important one I want to stress on is the enterprise-grade security and governance. So all the benefits of the data loss prevention policies that you deploy and other security like role-based access, the Azure AD, Enter ID integrations that you get, those are all the high benefits that I would say that I would call out here.
I love specifically what you said, the last point, right? Where we're getting all of those governance tools already with the platform. I think that's amazing. So my second question is, I'm a little confused here about the advantage of Copilot's tuning output compared to using the knowledge sources and other data that is specific to somebody's company, right? So isn't the purpose of knowledge sources to ground the agent in the company's expertise? What exactly does Copilot tuning get me in addition to that?
Yeah, another excellent question, Dian. So one of the first things that you need to know is the knowledge sources, what you're giving is basically telling this is the data that you should be using for the agents to kind of answer your questions or take actions on. You are grounding the agent in the enterprise knowledge that you are sitting on in your organization. And the Copilot tuning is basically just fine-tuning the responses, or for that matter, some of the nuances that are very company-specific, like acronyms or language or the way things are kind of defined in your company. The best example I like to give is like you want to drive from point A to point B. That destination point A and point B is basically the knowledge that you're giving. But that doesn't mean, of course, when you're sitting in the car, you still want to hold the steering and say, take a left, take a right. So Copilot tuning is somewhat of that. We are guiding the agent's behavior towards how to get to the knowledge sources. And when the responses come back, how should it actually be shown to the end user? That's what the difference there is. And that's very specific to how you are driving versus how your friends might be driving. They will both reach destination B, but the Copilot tuning helps you to drive the way you want to drive it.
So really allowing it to fine tune some of those behaviors. That's great. Thank you so much for explaining that as well. So I have one more question kind of following up on my previous question. So how can I use Copilot tuning models with the agents that I've already built in Copilot Studio?
Yeah, another great question, Dian. So one of the best scenario there would be like, for example, you fine-tuned a model like an IT company or a customer service company has a certain way of how they read certain images that are given by their customers. They recognize the error messages. There are certain ways of how you navigate the screen. So all that is most like fine-tuning the model and creating that fine-tuned model. Once you have fine-tuned that model, you take that model, bring to Copilot Studio, and under the settings, you have an option to connect to your own model from Azure Foundry or these fine-tuned model And then there you go. Your agents are now ready to use this new fine-tuned model that you have just spent time to teach it the language, teach it what your company wants out of these agents.
Thanks so much, Dian, for those 3 fantastic questions. And thanks to Sri for providing some clarity for our community members. Now, if you want to learn more about all things Copilot Studio, there's a few places you can head. First, to our Power Platform community channels on LinkedIn, YouTube, and on the community site. And you can also head over to our brand new Agent Creator site. Thanks very much.